friends, so let's take some quizzes on the relationship between two quantitative variables. So let's have a look on our question. The question number one, a food scientist wants a single numeric value to describe the strength and direction of the relationship between oil temperature and oil viscosity. So, which of the following is the best tool to evaluate the relationship between the variables? Is this a scatter plot, a correlation, a simple regression, or none of the above? Question number two, the sales director of a retail outlet wants to predict sales volume based on advertising expenditures. Data show in the thousands of dollars. So which of the following is the best tool for predicting sales? A scatter plot, a correlation, or a simple regression? The question number three, a manufacturer of nylon tents wants to know if there is a relationship between sunlight exposure and the reduced strength of nylon. So which of the following is the best tool for revealing nonlinear relationships between the variables? Okay, scatter plot, a correlation, or a simple regression. Question number four, which of the above scatter plots would you expect to see if you graph the relationship between class absences and test scores? A, B, C, or D? Number five, which of the following scatter plots would you expect to see if you graph the relationship between income and years of experience? Number six, a food scientist collects data on the temperature and viscosity of cooking oil. Based on these scatter plots of the results, what do you think the correlation between temperature and viscosity is? 0.955, 0, minus 0.964, or minus 1.2? Question number 7. An auto insurance analyst calculates the correlation between a customer's age and dollar value of claims to be minus 0.15. So which of the following interpretations is correct? Is this a strong positive relationship? Is this a weak positive relationship? Is this a strong negative relationship or a weak negative relationship? And the last one, the question number 8. A salesperson collects data on the mileage and sale price of used car. The correlation coefficient is minus 0.892. So he uses a hypothesis test to determine whether this result is statistically significant. So using an alpha of 0.05, so what is his decision? Okay, and here is our summary of answer. So let's take a close look at each question. Okay, for the number one, the first question. So the answer is the correlation. Okay, so the correlation measures the strength and the direction of the relationship between the two variables with a single numeric value. Okay, so our answer is B, correlation. And a scatter plot illustrates patterns in the data graphically, and the single regression produces an equation that describes the relationship between oil temperature and viscosity. Your question number 2, the answer is the simple regression. Okay, so the simple regression provides an equation that can be used to predict future events such as sales volume, based on an explanatory variable such as advertising expense. The answer for number 3 for the third question is scatter plot. Okay, so scatter plot is the most useful tool for revealing patterns in the data, such as nonlinear relationship between variables. The correlation only measures linear relationships between variables, and simple regression provides an equation which doesn't necessary to detect nonlinear relationships between variables. The answer for question number 4 is the C. See here, okay. So the graph C shows the expected relationship between the variables, which is negative. As the number of class absences increases, the test score decreases. And graph B shows a curved linear uh, relationship. Graph A shows a positive relationship, and graph D shows no relationship between the variables. Question number 5, the answer is B. You can see B. So graph B shows the expected relationship between variables, which is positive. As year of experience increase, income also increases. Okay, and graph A shows no relationship between experience and income. Graph C shows a negative relationship between the variables, and graph D shows a curved linear relationship. For the question number 6, the answer is C, minus 0.964. Okay, so the correlation between temperature and viscosity is minus 0.964, which indicates by the negative relationship shown in the scatter plot. As temperature increases, the viscosity decreases. Remember, correlation coefficient always range from -1 to 1, so D is not correct, right? The number 7, uh, the 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 the, cor the correlation coefficient is minus 0.15, indicates a weak negative relationship between age and claims. So the answer is D. Okay, so the younger the customer, the higher the value in claims. Because this is weak correlation, it may not be meaningful. Values close to 1 or -1 indicate a stronger relationship between the variables. The last question, uh, the null hypothesis states that there is no relationship between mileage and sales price because the p-value is less than 0.05. So reject the null hypothesis and conclude there is a significant relationship between the variable. So the answer is A. Okay. Thank you for your listening. In the next lesson, we'll talk about the simple regression.